Once upon a time, in a quaint little village nestled at the edge of a magical forest, lived a small girl named Lila. She was no taller than a sunflower, and her eyes sparkled like dewdrops on a spring morning. Lila's heart danced with curiosity, and she longed to explore the secrets hidden within the ancient trees. Every day, after finishing her chores, she would tiptoe to the forest's edge, her tiny feet leaving barely a trace in the mossy ground. One sunny afternoon, as the golden rays filtered through the leaves, Lila heard a faint giggle. She followed the sound deeper into the forest, where the trees stood closer together, forming a magical canopy. And there, beneath a toadstool, she discovered the most enchanting sight, a group of fairies with wings like gossamer and dresses made of petals. The fairies welcomed Lila with open arms. They taught her to weave crowns from dandelions, sing songs that made flowers bloom, and dance with the fireflies during moonlit nights. Lila felt like she belonged, a part of something bigger than herself. But one day, the forest grew dark, and the fairies whispered of an impending danger. The ancient oak tree, their protector, was ailing. Its leaves turned brittle, and its roots weakened. Without the oak's magic, the fairies would lose their home forever. Lila's heart swelled with determination. She decided to save the oak tree. She gathered acorns, sprinkled them with stardust, and planted them around the tree's base. She sang lullabies to the roots, urging them to grow stronger. And every night, she left a tiny gift, a shiny pebble, a feather, or a drop of honey, for the fairies. Days turned into weeks, and hope blossomed. The oak tree's leaves regained their emerald hue, and the fairies' laughter echoed through the forest once more. Lila's small hands had worked wonders. On a moonlit night, the fairies gathered around Lila. Their queen, Aurelia, touched Lila's forehead, granting her a single wish. Lila closed her eyes and whispered, "I wish for the oak tree to thrive forever." The next morning, Lila woke up to find herself taller. Her feet no longer brushed the ground, and her eyes sparkled even brighter. The oak tree's leaves regained their emerald hue, and the fairies' laughter echoed through the forest once more. Lila's small hands had worked wonders. On a moonlit night, the fairies gathered around Lila. Their queen, Aurelia, touched Lila's forehead, granting her a single wish. Lila closed her eyes and whispered, "I wish for the oak tree to thrive forever." The next morning, Lila woke up to find herself taller. Her feet no longer brushed the ground, and her eyes sparkled even brighter. She had become a fairy herself, a guardian of the forest. From then on, Lila and the fairies tended to the oak tree together. They wove spells to protect it, and Lila's laughter became the forest's melody. The once small girl had found her purpose, to nurture the magic that bound their world. And so, dear children, if you ever wander into a sun-dappled forest and hear the faintest giggle, look closely. You might just catch a glimpse of Lila, the small girl who became a fairy, dancing among the leaves. For in the heart of every forest, magic awaits those who believe, and they all lived happily ever after.